This film tells the story of what can be achieved when organisations work together towards a common goal, using the power of music and art. I'm Karen Orkin, Head of Community Relations at JTI, and I'd like to introduce this film, which captures the highlights of a project supported by JTI, which is in its second year. Music and art can be vehicles for thought or expression. They can make us happy, they can make us sad. They can also help us to see a different point of view. However, some people don't have the opportunity to participate in music and art. In fact, the personal challenges that they face disconnect them from society in so many ways. This project is helping people to reconnect with the arts by bringing our corporate philanthropy partners together to create art and music workshops for the homeless, vulnerably housed, and those with disabilities. This film gives us all the chance to see and hear what happened in those workshops and the difference that they're making to the people who participated, and also the tutors and musicians involved too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Music is such a powerful tool. It's a great way of getting people to work together as a team and feeling kind of a real responsibility to be part of something that is very, very dynamic and a sheer excellent moment for everyone where we all feel kind of as one.
Well, art is like breathing. Doing it at home isn't the same as coming to these groups. Because these groups, you get other people's experience, you get to connect to people which you often cut off from people sometimes, so it's learning to reconnect to other people. And for me, with my memory, especially music, it helps catch a memory sometimes that otherwise I couldn't keep.
Music is like food, you know, it fulfills you, and it brings a certain emotion. You can use it for any kind of emotion. It gives me a feeling that's a sort of warm glow inside me. My whole body feel relaxed and happy.
I think the great thing about doing a project like this is, for me personally, it brings me back to basics, and I like to be able to get back to that simplicity of hopefully touching somebody's life. I think it's a good thing to be free and to have to think beyond what can be a very rigid structure. You know, classical music can be very, very specific and very, very rigid, and this is, you know, blue sky thinking.
We started this project with nothing in terms of like the material, and in a sort of day and a half, 2 days, we started to really create something. And some of that comes from the pictures, but it comes from people's imaginations and how they see things. And I think that's kind of exciting. They get their voice out and they get their thoughts out, and they, as you'll see, they have a lot to say, and a lot of it is really exciting and really creative. And so for me personally, I find this environment really thrilling to work in.
I was a heroin addict, yeah, and art and music. Definitely art, I've replaced the heroin addiction for an addiction of art, so that's quite a positive thing. Now every day I have to do something creative.
When we come back in here, we're going to be creating art and music in response to the gallery. So for me as a musician, I'm kind of wanting people to go up there and find keywords, descriptive words about the collection and the stuff that you see, because then we can come back in and it's a starting point.
Art is really important for Crisis. It's always been important for Crisis because we believe fundamentally that homeless people are people with innate creativity, but life's blows and knocks have often literally knocked that out of them. But what we want to do is give them back that spark, that sense of being human, that chance to fulfill and crucially express themselves. And this project has been great partnership, given the people Crisis works with a whole range of new opportunities that they just wouldn't have got on their own.
I think this has been a really valuable project for all of our organisations. For the London Philharmonic Orchestra, it's been a really great opportunity for musicians to work with groups that they wouldn't normally work with. Being able to be inspired by artwork at the Royal Academy of Art has really been great for the musicians because it's something different. It's not just playing a score that's already been written, it's creating new music every single time, and using the creativity of the participants as well, which has been really inspiring for the musicians. It's been lovely to work with both Leonard Cheshire Disability and Crisis, and I think actually the fact that we've been able to link to the Royal Academy has been really amazing too.
For me, it was a fantastic collaboration to work with the artists here. For us to do what we did, which is create a piece of music and the artist to respond to it and be guided by the brilliant artists from the gallery here, and then for us to do the process in reverse, I think was a fantastic thing.
I think it's been a really good, if not a culmination, but an extension of a project that's been going on for a while. And I felt really, with the group, a lot of people that I've been working with before, them becoming used to the space with the dynamic of the project, there was a massive amount of energy today.
What I would like to do is come up with a picture that somehow is a combination of all the tools that we've been using today. If there's one particular drawing material that you've enjoyed more than the other, use that the most.
It's wonderful to take our members out on visits to the Royal Academy. We all get to know each other a little bit better. We have great fun discussing the art, looking at different techniques, looking at what other artists have done, and it's inspiring.
Our program teaches us how to know about people, to be, yourself, to know yourself that you're a person, because the way we think, we are useless, being homeless, being jobless, being disability somewhere is not good. You think you are not a person, but they teach us how to be one. This Royal Academy has done a lot. It has given me a very big vision.
If we start here, maybe you could pick out one of the drawings that you felt was the most successful, or something in it that you felt was the most successful, or something you found hard, or one of them that you liked. Part of the value of groups like Crisis working with art is that it's possibly a place where they have a voice and they can express themselves in their own way, and it becomes what they make becomes part of their identity as well, and it's an outlet. Creative outlets are very important, particularly if you're experiencing any hard times in your life as well. Art is one of the things that can help you through that.
We had people come in today who just kind of came along thinking, I'm not quite sure what to expect, but they said it might be all right, so we'll give it a go. And that's just transformed people's minds. Like that guy who's not picked up a paintbrush or a pencil for 15 years. And now that's transformed his way of thinking. He's thinking, oh, actually, this is something that I can do.
Sometimes you think, oh, I don't feel like painting. Don't feel like painting because I can't draw. Or, people always think that painting has to be often about something and you've got to be able to draw to do it. Not true. Not true.
People have come along to our art sessions that wouldn't normally come. It's been great to have the resources, to have the extra people, to have someone to guide the session as well. It's given us some ideas for future sessions. People have enjoyed using their language, even those that are quite limited, to decide whether they like a picture, what they see, and to look deeper into something. That's been really interesting, to see deep inside the pictures and then to produce the pieces of artwork afterwards. People have had one-to-one attention, which is really lovely, and they've been able to produce something that I think they will be really proud of.
It's a good way of expressing yourself, whatever you've got. But I've always liked art. And paintings ever since I was little. I studied history of art when I was 17, 18. And I do a lot of abstract art, but it's a good way of expressing myself without asking other people to help me.
It's been fantastic today because we've had 2 artists from the Royal Academy come. Lots of the people, in fact, not lots of them, all of them, I would say 100% of the people that come into this room have never done art before. And then you get them to come into the art room and you get them to, you know, to just have a go. It's just been inspirational, to be quite honest. Because I think there's a lot of vision with the service manager here. It's really encouraging, and also I think, which never happened before, but working with lots of different organisations, you know, working with JTI, and then that has been brilliant because then getting a chance to go to the exhibitions and doing stuff that we wouldn't normally do. Yeah, so it's been brilliant. Well, it's been great for me, and I know it's been brilliant for the service users as well.
So Rain, you just started coming to Randall Close this week, didn't you?
Yeah.
And do you like art? Were you interested because you like doing
No, I just like do. Well, I've never actually had the opportunity to do art.
Yeah.
As such, but like I find it relaxing and helpful.
So when we were looking at the pictures earlier as well, like looking at some of the images from the Mexico exhibition at the Royal Academy, you sort of were inspired by some of the colours and imagery
I've
going
always
on.
Like bright colours.
Yeah. So that really shows in the picture.
When I'm at home, I'm just in the house 24/7 and I get so depressed.
Mm.
That's why, you know, I have to get out and do things and meet people.
Well, the LPO, they've been down at the activity centre here at Chipstead for the morning. The impression that I got was that they engaged everybody that came down here in such a way that some of those that would otherwise have gone back to their rooms, the residents, they stayed down here and they got engaged and they joined in the singing, they joined in with playing a musical instrument that otherwise they wouldn't have done.
I'm interested in music, and particularly I'm interested in people and to see people playing and in front of us, and to also be able to join in, be part of the programme. It made my day for me.
You could totally relax to it because nobody were looking at you all the time. Instead of, we get visitors sometimes, they just look at you and as though you're a zombie. But today we proved we can do music as well. I know it's done me a lot good today, so.
It was very enjoyable. I'm glad I came down to it. We all played an instrument. It was very beneficial. It was good to see a lot of people all down there.
I like music. Very good. I wish I could do it more often.
I think this project is amazing because it gives people a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A lot of the people who use our services, they can't get out and about to galleries, they can't get out and about to concerts, so actually having that coming into somebody's home or people being able to access that through a day centre is something that's absolutely fantastic. People are really isolated from the arts at home, you know, or they might just listen to things on the radio or, you know, look at books, but actually having people enabling them to participate is just absolutely amazing.
I like coming here to do things like art and go centre. I think what we can do.